There it is. Now it wouldn't want to go too much further, because if it did, as you can see, it's going to hit like that. Okay. Like that's okay, but like that isn't, because both the handle and the head are hitting at the same time, and it might not stick in. Now, my main aim when I'm throwing at a target, for me, is not necessarily to stick it in. The main aim for me is to hit the target. This may be difficult to get across, but I rarely throw in competition. I do occasionally. I carry the tomahawk because, and I use the tomahawk because it's part of my historical persona, if you like. There is more than one utility for a tomahawk. It can be used for cutting wood, making camps. Generally I don't cut it firewood, I don't need to in a forest. But making camps, making traps if I need to, hammering in stakes for the shelter, and if needs be I could actually hunt with one of these. From a historical point of view, you would also use it for defence and offence, in which case what you're looking at there is hitting the target, not necessarily sticking it in. You can't always judge your distance. It's just simply not that easy. If you're hunting, you can move in on your target until you've got the distance you want. But if it was in combat, you would simply be throwing the tomahawk to hit the target. Now, I don't generally recommend you let go of this tomahawk in a combat situation. We do axe and knife and sword fighting here in our group, and we do not let go of the tomahawk. But say for instance you had somebody that, say you had just fired a shot and you weren't loaded, and you looked across a clearing and there's a guy who has, and he's just lifting his gun up to shoot. What are you going to do? You've got nowhere to go. If you go behind the tree, you're probably not going to load in time before he can come up to you. So what would you do? You'd throw your tomahawk. The whole idea of throwing that tomahawk will be to distract that person. It'll be to make him duck. If you can hit him, all the better. If you can hit his gun, good. But if you can't, the whole thing is to try and hit him somewhere with the tomahawk. It doesn't matter whether it's the end of the handle that hits or whether it's the pole. It doesn't matter. You just got to hit that target. So that's what I aim at. But to be good with a tomahawk, if you want to have fun with it, then obviously you need to be able to stick it in. And that's what this is about today. It's pacing your distance and practice. Okay? We'll do that one more time. Step forward with your left leg and bring the tomahawk up at the same time. Okay. Again, good hit. Handle down a bit further this time, but still good. The power you put into the tomahawk will also make a difference. If you were going out to just win competition, what is good is a fairly heavy head and a short handle, and you can just pitch it. But to me, that's not real tomahawk throwing. The whole reason for throwing the tomahawk, the whole reason the rangers in the 18th century practiced throwing their tomahawk was that they had a reason for doing it that hard, and that was that when they hit their opponent, they hit them hard. It didn't matter what part of the tomahawk hit them, but they hit them hard. So I tend to throw hard. So that will make a difference too. It's up to you whether you want to just throw for competition, or whether you want to throw the tomahawk as you would normally throw it in combat. It's entirely up to you. We'll try that again. Toes on the line, stepping forward, bring back the tomahawk. There we go again. Same spot. Good throw. Handle straight down. Could be a little higher, but that's fine. Okay, I hope that lesson's good enough. I'll obviously watch this before I edit it, and I'll make sure it looks as though you can actually learn from it. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.